So Says Shernoff proudly presents the 2019 Sherny Awards. And now, your host, Josh Shernoff.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sherny Awards. I am your host, Josh Shernoff, and we have a fun night of celebration in store for you. But before we get into the show, I'd like to address the elephant in the room. Yes, there is something different here. I know what you're thinking. It doesn't look the way it normally does, yet you love it just the same. It brings a more handsome, dare I say, distinguished look to both myself and the show. Is it here to stay? I don't know. Probably not, but maybe it could return for a special occasion. Either way, I just wanted to get it out there, and before you spent the whole show talking about it. So, yes, I have a bow tie. Moving on. So, what are the Sherny Awards, and why should you keep watching? Well, we are going to take a look back at this past year and award those deserving. But, see, the Sherny Awards aren't like your regular awards with prestige and value. No, the Shernies are about the other stuff. We even have our own trophy, which will be delivered to any winner as soon as they come into the studio to accept it. We will be awarding people, characters, events, and more, all culminating with the Accomplishment of the Year award. So, without any further ado, let's get to our first award. It's the If You Like This, I Have a Bridge to Sell You award. And the award goes to whoever spent almost $7,000 on the Fiend custom belt. That's right. The WWE shop has been selling a limited run with even more limited purchases of the Fiend's custom championship belt. Now, the belt in and of itself is kind of cool, but doesn't really make sense. It's his face. What did he win himself? My awards are named after me, but even they don't have my face on it. Until next year. Whether you like the design or not, who likes it enough to spend $7,000 on a replica? I bet you Bray Wyatt himself wouldn't spend $700 on this. For $7,000, this better come with the experience of actually winning the title at a live event. So, whoever spent that money on this item, you are a winner. If you'd like a replica of this trophy, it's $7,000. The next award is one that honors those we hardly got a chance to know. It's the Here Today, Gone Tomorrow award, and the runner-up is Sanity. Not in the sense that most of us lost our sanity over the WWE product this year, but Sanity the team. So, Sanity was pretty much poised to be given the Ascension treatment. Fierce competition in NXT, laughingstock on Raw or SmackDown. But they didn't even get that far. They debuted on SmackDown in June of 2018, and after a few weeks, pretty much disappeared. Now, you might be saying, hey, that was 2018. This is the 2019 awards. Well, first, calm the hell down. Sanity popped up again in 2019, and the fans thought, okay, I see. Creative didn't have anything for them. Well, it's a new year. Yes, it is. But then, after being brought back to TV, the whole team lost to The Miz. A week later, they were gone. But even with all that lack of TV time, they still lasted longer than our winner of the Here Today, Gone Tomorrow award, Kylie Rae and her AEW career. Kylie Rae did take part in the first official AEW event, Double or Nothing, but after that, she was gone. She was advertised to be a part of the unfortunately named AEW Fyter Fest, but with no explanation was replaced. After the event, Tony Khan announced that she asked for her release, and it was granted. What happened to Smiley Kylie is a mystery, or people know, and I just haven't bothered to look it up. But for me, she was gone before she even really started, and for that, she wins. Speaking of AEW Double or Nothing, that brings us to the winner of our next award, the Oops, I Left the Faucet Running and Now I Can't Stop It award. And the winner is Dustin Rhodes for bleeding like a stuck pig in his match with Cody. While the match was already top-notch, The blood brought a level of drama missing in a lot of today's main events. Not saying I want to see that much blood, but much like Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13, sometimes red equals green. When we return, our show will continue. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. Our next award is a fun one. It's the Blooper of the Year award, and it goes to Jim Cornette for making his Ethiopian joke. It's the Blooper of the Year. Blooper as in an outtake, as in it was taken out of the broadcast, much in the way Cornette was then taken out of the NWA. But can I just say how PC this world has become? NWA accepts Cornette's resignation over the inappropriate joke in an attempt to show its fans that they will not tolerate one single fan being offended or hurt. They then publicly thanked Cornette and sang his praises in an attempt to not offend or hurt him. Pick a side. It's like if a kid punches another kid in school and the principal holds an assembly with the whole school to announce they have expelled the puncher. Then they spend the second half of the assembly talking about what a model student he was, to the point where by the end of it, they're like, man, he was the best. I really miss it. Why did he leave again? Oh, right. It should be noted that Cornette claims the joke was not intended to be racist, but just an amusing take on starvation. So, you know. This situation was definitely a runner-up to our next award, PR Nightmare of the Year. And the winner is Ring of Honor. The more Joey Matthews tweets, the harder it becomes to explain away the actions of Ring of Honor's management. From the lack of medical care to the smack talk on talent like claiming Flip Gordon was responsible for low attendance. Here's the thing about that, if I may. A, he's not the reason for low attendance. B, if he was, maybe the blame doesn't fall on the talent. Maybe it falls on the management and bookers whose job it is to create compelling stories that get talent over. And C, last year, he had one hell of a compelling story with Bully Ray that definitely got him over and helped draw a house. So maybe blaming Flip Gordon is ridiculous from the start. Anyway, honestly though, that's like the least upsetting thing in this entire situation. It seems like higher-ups in Ring of Honor have actually gone so low as to create a fake Twitter account for Joey where they doctor messages to present him as a racist. I wonder if that account blocked Kelly Klein as well. No matter your opinion on the matter, this does not look good from a PR standpoint, which is why, Ring of Honor, you're a winner. Congratulations. Next up, the How the Hell Are You Still Employed award goes to Primo and Epico. That's right, they still work there. Whoever negotiated their contracts must have gotten them the most ironclad deal in the history of wrestling. What are they, signed with AOL Time Warner? Not since WCW went out of business and talent kept getting paid have I seen two people make so much for doing so little. I mean, other than the WWE creative. But in fairness, they are more than two people. They actually do a lot. It's just bad, and I don't think they get paid well. So never mind. Oh, and the worst part about Primo and Epico is they should actually be doing a lot more. And I'm sure they would be, but alas, creative has nothing for them. Wait, I'm getting word. Okay, Primo is apparently serving a 30-day suspension for a wellness violation. Apparently they found ring rust in his urine. Next up is the Crossup of the Year award. This goes to a group or person that totally crossed someone up this year. The runner-up, MJF turns on Cody at Full Gear. Man, Cody did not see that coming. It was a devastating cross-up for sure, but the winner would have to be the WWE getting the fans excited about a new era. Remember way back at the end of 2018, the WWE was terrible. The McMahon family dropped the GM storyline and told the WWE Universe that they were ushering in a new era where the McMahons would listen to the fans. It was great for about 5 minutes, but by the time 2019 rolled around 2 weeks later, things had only gotten worse. But it wasn't even the only time this year that a new era was announced only to disappear almost instantly. Remember when Mick Foley introduced the 24/7 title? Well, do you remember that he also introduced a brand new look and feel to the third hour of Raw? If you don't, that's okay. It only lasted that night. The WWE brought in Bischoff and kicked off a new era on Fox, only to fire Bischoff and watch its ratings tank. You ever hear the saying, "Don't tell me, show me"? Well, WWE, maybe you should make that your New Year's resolution. Okay, one more before we take a commercial break. It's the "If this was 1995, it would be over" award. The winner? 1994. Hashtag dad jokes, hashtag funnier than an OC segment. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are on the home stretch here, but we have saved the best for last. Next up, and this is a late entry, the winner of the Revisionist History Award goes to Hulk Hogan. Specifically related to this tweet reacting to the NWO's induction into the WWE Hall of Fame. He writes, "Very grateful that the 4 original NWO members, Hollywood, Big Kev, X, and Scott, are getting inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame." Fun fact, you know, X, he was actually called Six back then because he was the 6th member of the NWO, not the 4th. That was this guy. And I get that Ted DiBiase was nowhere near as impactful as Waltman. I get that. I mean, was Sean Waltman a huge part of the faction? And is he deserving of this honor? Absolutely. But was the 6th member of the NWO one of the original 4? I'm no mathematician, but I'm going to go with no. The winner of the Blatant Ripoff Award goes to WWE for their attempt to rip me and my show off with this horrible attempt at satirical wrestling news shows. Look, WWE, if you want me so bad, just call. I can be bought. Plus, I'd love to use you to drive up that Fox offer for a spot on Backstage. Our next award celebrates the biggest miss of the year, and the winner is Shorty G. Specifically the fact that he is a former Olympic wrestler who got this new awful name while feuding with the guy who ended Kurt Angle's career. It was a story that could have written itself. Unfortunately, it was written by WWE Creative. So Baron Corbin ended Kurt Angle's career, something he almost never talks about. That in and of itself could have won Miss of the Year. Chris Jericho spent 20 years talking about how he beat The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night. Corbin hardly mentioned it the night after Mania. Fast forward to Corbin's feud with Chad Gable. I loved Corbin winning the King of the Ring, if for no other reason than the fact that he stopped dressing like a waiter from TGI Fridays. The main idea behind that feud was to poke fun at Gable's height, thus sticking him with the Shorty G gimmick. The biggest miss of the year is that Kurt Angle could have popped up on TV to remind Gable that he is an Olympian and that while Kurt's career may be over, he is going to make it his life's mission to coach Chad Gable to reach his full potential, starting by helping him beat Baron Corbin. This could have led to Gable resenting the fact that Angle reminds him that he is a gold medalist, something Gable couldn't achieve. Gable can only be his best if he beats the best. Thus, a heel turn on Angle. Match at Mania where Gable officially retires Angle. Let them hug and make up, or let Gable run as a heel wearing Angle's medal. Maybe even get him in a feud with Shelton Benjamin. Either way, at the end of it, you now have a new Olympic wrestling star. But what do I know? I'm sure Shorty G will have a similar outcome. All right, folks, we have 2 more awards to give out. First, and this one's a little embarrassing because it's kind of a layup. My producers wouldn't let me see ahead of time, but the winner of the award for a satirical news show host covering pro wrestling goes to, this is so flattering, our very own John Oliver. Okay, so sure. I mean, John Oliver did one segment on wrestling, and I do an entire show every month, but that's cool. That's fine. You know what? I accept this. This is what the producers of my show want, or should I say former producers, but I'll tell you what, John, you deserve this. I'm a huge fan, and it would be my honor to hand deliver this award to you as soon as you come on my show and take it from me. Or I'll come on your show. I mean, that's cool too. Moving on to our final award of the evening. It's the Accomplishment of the Year award. This award celebrates the biggest accomplishment in all of professional wrestling in the year 2019. Now, this was a tough category with a lot of competition. Just listen to some of the runner-ups. Kofi Kingston winning the WWE title at WrestleMania. AEW officially launching on TNT. Women main eventing WrestleMania. But the winner of the 2019 Sherny Award for Accomplishment of the Year is me, for getting Jerry Lynn a photo on AEW's website. I did it. Wow. I just want to say thank you to AEW for dropping the ball. Thank you to Jerry Lynn for having a face. And thank you to all of you for using the hashtag #ThisIsJerryLynn and helping me bring awareness to this situation. I will cherish this award. We'll be right back. That's our show. From all of us here at So Says Shernoff, I want to wish you a happy and healthy new year. But before we go, I have had the privilege of spending a half hour every month poking fun at this crazy thing we call the wrestling business. But behind every storyline and gimmick, there are real people. People who give their bodies and dedicate their lives to this art form that we all love. So I wanted to take the last few moments here to honor those we've lost this year. From the household names to the journeymen of yesteryear, to the young up-and-comers whose bright futures were cut way too short. And for those whose names went under our radar, your contributions have not. You all gave us one of the greatest gifts a person can give, the ability to lose ourselves in entertainment. And for that, we say thank you. Good night, everybody.